It's time to review the GamerVerse Iron Man from the Abomination BAF wave. Let's do this. Hey guys, we host Superstar. Thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got! It's Iron Man. So this is Iron Man from the new GamerVerse series, a part of the Avengers game that's coming out. And it is a part of the Abomination BAF wave. This is one of the newer figures. It's part of the GamerVerse, as they're calling it. And 3 figures from the wave are based on the GamerVerse, and the other 4 figures in the wave are based on the comic books. So Captain America, Iron Man, and Miss Marvel are going to be the ones that we'll be talking about that are from the Gamer line. And then, of course, we've got Marvel, Marvel's Mach 1, Marvel's Rage, and Marvel's Leader. Sadly, I didn't buy the whole wave because I didn't want the BAF. It's another Abomination BAF fig. I sold mine years ago. I never liked it to begin with, so I'm not bothered to assemble a new one. Although the new figure is based upon the new video game version rather than the original comic book version, so that's technically another GamerVerse figure. There is going to be some other Abomination products coming out closer to the game's release, along with a line of 5 POA style, well, I think about 10 POA style figures. The ones that are very similar to the ones that came out for like the Infinity War movie and things like that. They're releasing a line of toys that'll be picked up by Smiths Toys here in the UK, a bit closer to the release of the movie, so I will be reviewing those as well when I can get my hands on them. But for now, we've got some Marvel Legends to get through. I have this one, and I also have a Captain America on order, and I've got Marvel as well. The only other one I would be bothered for could be Marvel's Leader, but I might leave that behind. So, let's take a look at the figures. There's a nice write-up on the back, guys, which I will read to you. Does state, Tony Stark developed his cutting-edge Iron Man armor and helped found the Avengers to protect the world against catastrophic effects. And on the side, it's got all the characters that are based upon their appearances from the video game that's coming out. So there's Thor, Iron Man, Black Widow, Hulk, Miss Marvel, and Cap. I like Cap's new armor, by the way. Cap's armor, he's wearing like a flak jacket almost. I like that. He's got more of like a SWAT attire almost. It looks very cool. And his hat is more of a helmet this time. You know, I know it's normally a helmet, but it looks more like a helmet this time. You know, like one that they would wear for like SWAT raids is what I'm trying to say. Alright, so we've got the BAF figure piece, which I will be selling on. Comes with the leg. It comes with a couple of the regular usual pieces, which are the 2. In fact, I think every Iron Man comes with these. Every Iron Man seems to come with the same things. 2 of the jet propulsion things and a spare hand. One open palm, 1 flat palm. Seems to be the standard setup for Iron Man. Pick that up off the ground. Right, let's take a look at the figure itself. Okay, ooh, very wobbly from the word go. Let's have a look. Looks quite thin, actually. It's quite a thin figure. It reminds me a lot of the Infinity War Iron Man. They're very similar. I'm liking the blue eyes on there. It looks too skinny. It looks very skinny. It looks like this could be like one of those bots that haven't even got Tony Stark in them. It's just like an empty shell. So you can put his hand up, you can put one of the jet pieces in there, as you can see, to make it look like he's firing it out. I like his arc reactor in the middle. That does have like a luminous blue paint on there, so it does look like it's glowing a little bit. Same with his eyes. His eyes really do look like they're glowing up a little bit. So let's look. Head's on a ball joint, so you can make him look down and up, left and right. The arms do move as far as... Oh, no. Oh, that's awful. Right, so these pieces here, along the top, go under. They don't go over. Oh, they go all the way under, look. You know what that means? Scuffed buggery. So I'd watch that, guys. And also, don't rotate once you've got that in. Pull that out, then rotate the arm round. You need to try and get it to go over the top like that. It will go under on its own naturally. Once you've kind of worked out the armour and stuff, I'd kind of like rotate it around a few times like that to warm it up, just to get it to go over the top of the armor piece. Otherwise you're going to have an armor piece that's scuffed up all the way around and it'll look awful. But either way, arm does lift up as much as this piece here will allow. You can rotate it at the bicep, there is a double hinged elbow there, and hands are on a ball joint. There is a crunch there at the waist, as well as waist swivel. The legs do lift out all the way, which is pretty decent, as well as forwards and backwards with a top thigh cut. And there's also the double hinged knee there as well, which is pretty nice. And the feet are on rocker and pivot, and it does have holes in his feet, should you wish to use a display base, but you probably never will. This Iron Man has got very loose, very fast with me just articulating it around as it should be articulated. I'm not being overly rough, as you can see. I am being very gentle with him. The legs, the thigh cut actually are very stiff, to be honest. It's this middle core that has got very, from the word go, that's just wobbling. And then the legs, like the feet and stuff, and the lower part of the limb is just wobbly. So that could cause problems when you want to articulate him later and get him to stand tall, because he's going to want to automatically like lean forward and stuff. That's where you get a lot of problems. So that's going to be a pain. He does come with 2 spare hands. Obviously he's got 1 open palm hand, 1 fisticuff hand on. You can swap out the alternate to put either a fisticuff hand or another open palm hand. Other than that, you can put the jet propulsion pieces in the feet or in the hands. Some people like to put them in the feet like this and then use a display stand to make it look like he's just sort of boosting to hover. Or vice versa, you can put them in his hand and have it look like he's firing down. Also, we did get a load of Iron Man pieces recently from the 2020 Iron Man and a bunch of other stuff we've got recently, so they'll all be useful with this Iron Man. You'll be able to display him very well. So, not bad for the first gamer figure in the wave, to be honest. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take you down to the desk cam to give you guys an up-close personal look at this Iron Man. So let's go to the desk cam! So here he is, guys, out of the packaging, looking pretty swish. I'm liking this figure a lot. I think they have done a great job at bringing it to life. Liking the Iron Man face on it with the black lines at the top and stuff, that's pretty cool. With these like cheek pieces here as well, but it gives it more of the bionic sort of look, if my camera can even focus. Come on, camera. Thank you. It gives it that more bionic look, which I really like. It just appears too skinny to me. It looks very skinny for Iron Man. It is skinnier compared to some of the other figures, in my personal opinion. But it's still nice. It's just very wobbly. I wish it weren't so wobbly. Can you guys let me know out there if you got this figure already? Was yours as wobbly as this? Is it just me? I have the worst luck with wobbly figures. It's so annoying. Luckily, I'm still able to make them stand, so I'm happy about that. But the figure itself, like I said, is nice enough. It is designed on the GamerVerse, so it is going to look very different. The GamerVerse is actually not based on the MCU for once. It's actually based on the original comic books. So it's kind of a hybrid between what the MCU kind of look mixed with the old style comic book look. So it is kind of a hybrid of what with everything. But it still looks pretty cool, and I can't wait for the video game to come out because it's meant to be really cool. It's set after an event known as A-Day, which was resulted in the death and destruction and all sorts of shit went down, and then the Avengers were blamed and the team was forced to reassemble to save the world and all this kind of stuff. And it was, I believe it was about around the death of Captain America and stuff like that. So it should be a very cool story to jump in and get involved in. And there's going to be some DLC as well already announced. Never a good sign when they do that usually with video games, but, you know, it's Marvel and we're all going to buy it. But I'm interested to see more about the Bruce Banner story, about how he's going to turn into this like savage version of the Hulk. That looked pretty cool. And there's some decent people actually doing the voices, like Captain America is Jeff Shine, and then you've got Tony Stark is Nolan North. Nolan North obviously famous for being Drake in the Uncharted series and Desmond Miles from the Assassin's Creed series. So that should be pretty good. He also did Penguin in Batman in the games, so yeah, there's a bunch of others in there as well, of names that I recognise and stuff, like Laura Bailey playing Black Widow and Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel, the Sandra Side version. So there's a lot of things, and there's even going to be Abomination as a villain, Taskmaster as a villain, and it's mainly based on AIM being the main sort of baddie culprits in this one. So it should be very, very cool. I'm excited to see what they do with it. It's going to be on PlayStation, Xbox, and Microsoft Windows. It was obviously scheduled to be released this May, so it should have already kind of been out by now. but it's been pushed back to September due to some negative response to the graphics. So hopefully they'll get that fixed, and hopefully this whole thing around the COVID hasn't set that back further. And as well, there is some tie-in media available you can check out called The Extinction Key. It was released back on the 31st of March, which focuses on the events taking place prior to A-Day, which is the main part of the story in the game. And it follows the adventures of Doctor Strange and Brother Voodoo, as well as other members of S.H.I.E.L.D. So, could be an interesting read. But guys, what are your thoughts on this Iron Man? Let me know in the comments below. But let's go back to the main cam and finish off this video. So guys, what are your thoughts on this Iron Man? Wobbly Iron Man. Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, guys. You make up your own mind on this one. I still like the figure. It is very wobbly and weird. But you know what? It's going to take pride and place in my Iron Man armor collection, as you know. I've got most of the Iron Man figures these days. I always moan about it when it comes around to them, you know, releasing them and saying, oh, another Iron Man, another Cap. But here I am buying them. So, what can you do? Well, guys, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. Is yours as wobbly as mine? Please let us know. I'd love to hear if that's just mine or whether it's like a problem with the line. Oh, it's very wobbly. Ridiculous. But thank you very much for watching, guys. As always, I'm your host, Superstar, and I'll see you in the next video. May the Force be with you. Bye.